following report contains some disturbing images.
We begin tonight with the horrific attack overseas and the forceful threat here at home.
The attack shows the extent of the devastation, including
the death of Syria's children.
The attack shows the extent. Syria's civil war has
We will have more on the White House reaction in a moment.
Tonight, serious questions about whether these images prove the Syrian regime just attacked its own people with chemical weapons again, a war crime.
$1955 UTC on the frequency of 4870 kHz was very strong here in the UK. It seems to use a dialect based around Russian and Polish. The word Chegar means /
I never thought the day would come when I have to quote a Fox post as the one reason in a world that is diving down the rabbit hole. But here I am, never say never. Why? Because Tucker Carlson's rant this week against bombing Syria and potentially starting
Chegar / the word accident means attention. Word Chegar / the word 37
Is shaping up to be
difficult it is for the Iraqi security forces to capture Islamic State fighters. They've gone underground and are now blending in with the civilian population.
The president now weighs U.S. military action against Syria, saying a decision is coming within 24 to 48 hours.
The president, by saying that he wants to get out of Syria, essentially give a green light to Assad to do this, as John suggested.
We're still there, and I think that it is outrageous to say that the President of the United States greenlit something as atrocious as the actions that have taken place over the last several days.
RT, Russian television in Moscow, saying it's fake news, warning that the U.S. not take action.
F-26 and open.
Is shaping up to be the end, a last showdown between jihadists and the Syrian army. It is the last remaining stronghold in the region. Out of the blue, U.S. cruise missile delivery systems, guided missile destroyers, strategic bombers are rebasing and dropping anchor near Syria. The United States denies building up its forces, but says it's ready to attack Syria if need be.
For our international story this hour, we look to Syria, where this week a U.S. official set terms on when exactly American troops may leave the country.
With Assad or Iranian veto power is not credible and does not represent the interests of the Syrian people. Let us recall how this began, not with terrorism or with military combat, but with a government violently repressing peaceful demonstrators. That government must not now be given a veto over fixing the mess it made.
Russia and Turkey were unable to reach an agreement, and a diplomatic solution now looks to be off the cards. More than 350,000 people have been killed over the 7 years since the civil war began.
Once Iran withdraws its presence from Syria, U.S. troops would follow suit. Adding, all foreign forces would be prepared to exit if a political deal is reached to end the war.
Let's go back in recent history and find other examples in our neighborhood. Remember Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos? It's always whites bombing non-whites. You know why? Diving down the rabbit hole. But here I am, never say never. Why? Because Tucker Carlson's rant this week against bombing Syria and potentially starting a third world war made total sense.